Hello and welcome back to 2K14. I am Jitch and you're watching NXT.
Making his way to the race from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 214 pounds, Zack Ryder.
Well, kicking things off here tonight, we have one of NXT's newest members, Zack Ryder, kicking off, and he's going one-on-one with Justin Gabriel, and obviously with WrestleMania around the corner, wins right now in NXT are very important because they are not only going to potentially help you with an EYS opportunity just before WrestleMania, but for a select few who have a bit of momentum, they might get drafted.
From Cape Town, South Africa, weighing 213 pounds, Justin Gabriel.
That's right, for those of you that don't know, in the Season 5 draft, NXT superstars will be eligible to be drafted from NXT. No one will be drafted to NXT per se. There may be some superstars who potentially get sent here to NXT, but for the most part, the plan going forward is that superstars can be pulled from NXT while NXT replenishes its roster with new stars. So, okay, that was definitely not a way I expected to see this match start. And I'll tell you, a match between these two really takes me back to when we had the Cruiserweight Championship over on SmackDown. I feel like these are two prime superstars that used to compete for that championship. However, that is not around anymore. And Justin Gabriel and Zack Ryder, I feel like they both have something to prove here tonight. Gabriel, who has been on NXT since the Nexus lost to the Shield really early on in the season. In an EYS. I mean, Superstars was still a show back when they lost. I think that was the final Superstars, wasn't it? Or maybe Razor Ramon's. I think Razor Ramon's EYS was the final Superstars, which I think happened after the Shields won. But the point is, you know, it was towards the end of it, for sure. And the Superstars didn't last a lot of this season, so it really puts into perspective how long ago it was that Gabriel came down here to NXT, and I feel like he's constantly trying to break out, he's trying to impress, but comes short on a lot of occasions, unfortunately. And here tonight, this opportunity against Zack Ryder could be just what Gabriel needs to maybe turn momentum around in his favor. Speaking of huge opportunities, tonight's main event for the third week in a row, Rey Mysterio main events NXT. This time teaming up with Sin Cara, he faces off against the NXT Tag Team Champions, King Kong Bundy and Ted DiBiase. And if they win here tonight, they will get a tag team title opportunity next week on NXT. This is a really important opportunity for Rey. Obviously, last week he came up short in defeating Big E Langston for the NXT Championship, but he does have back-to-back victories over JBL. We'll see if him and Sin Cara can break their curse as a team and finally get a win when it matters real big here tonight. I went to say this on Raw, but I think I had to re-record the main event and it got lost. I do regret to inform you all that several superstars are no longer here with the WWE. Some notable names as of the Elimination Chamber event. Yokozuna finished up after the Chamber. He's no longer here. 3MB, all of them now. Drew McIntyre is also departed, which is a huge loss if you ask me. A real shame to lose Drew McIntyre. There are several other superstars though, from NXT, from SmackDown, from Raw, all three brands. Some names I can think of at the top of my head are Roddy Piper, will no longer be appearing on Monday nights on NXT. I believe it's been confirmed now that Jake Roberts will not be back, and Tensai has also departed. And over on SmackDown, these are only a few, these aren't everyone, by the way. Over on SmackDown, ooh, big broski boot. I can't actually think of anyone on SmackDown that's missing, but I'm sure there are some superstars that are no longer going to be appearing on SmackDown. Zack Ryder might be picking up his first victory in a while. Oh, that ain't going to win you any fans, Zack. Cover attempt of the overdrive, and he gets the win. Zack Ryder. Well, he got a win. I'm happy for him.
Here is your winner, Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder comes here to NXT and kicks things off with a win over Justin Gabriel. And motioning to spike your hair when your hair is not spiked is definitely an interesting choice by Ryder. Okay. Well, Zack Ryder, I mean, I feel like it's been forever since we've seen this guy get a win. So congrats to him on this one. Well deserved. As we move on, up next, Nikki Bella finally makes her NXT debut as she faces off against Kaitlyn, who I think is also competing in her first match on NXT. I could be wrong about that, but I think maybe. So that is up next.
The following Divas contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Scottsdale, Arizona, Nikki Bella.
All right, as they come back here, I'm just going to quickly go over the list so everyone knows, because I like to be transparent about this. So recently, following Elimination Chamber, we have said goodbye to Brodus Clay, Bruno Sammartino from NXT, Kurt Hennig from SmackDown, David Otunga from NXT, Drew McIntyre from Raw, Dusty Rhodes from NXT, Eddie Guerrero from SmackDown, Heath Slater from Raw, Jake Roberts from NXT, Jinder Mahal from Raw, I think I said Drew McIntyre already, Ricky Steamboat from SmackDown, Six from SmackDown, Tensai from NXT, Virgil from NXT, and Yokozuna from Raw. And there are unfortunately more that could be departing soon.
From Houston, Texas, Kaitlyn.
We thank everyone for their contributions over the time, though, and of course, never say never to a potential return. But as we get ready for the next season, that does mean that some people will be leaving. That's just the reality of the business and the way things go sometimes. Here we go. Kaitlyn up against Nikki Bella. And of course, the NXT Women's Championship, currently held by Summer Rae, is kind of in need of a new, fresh-faced challenger since AJ Lee is undeniably out of contention for the championship now. And Layla recently lost the championship match to Summer Rae as well, so maybe one of these two could be next. You never know. So here we go. Nikki Bella up against Kaitlyn. I don't know when the last time either of these two competed was, but I don't feel like either of them have been on NXT just yet. And unfortunately, with all the hits that NXT's roster's recently taken, well, you can imagine and expect to see a little more from the women here on NXT, even if that does mean matches that we've already seen many times this season. Because right now, the NXT roster has 11 men and 9 women. Because although it wasn't part of the recent releases, obviously I mentioned before that Lita had recently stepped down from active competition as well. Which was, I believe, the first women's competitor we've lost thus far. And unfortunately, there will probably be more from this division as well as time goes on. But we do only have 5 more weeks until the new season begins, and with that will become a whole new roster, especially here on NXT. Imagine of the 11 superstars that are currently on NXT, several will probably get drafted to Raw and SmackDown. I would be very surprised if the NXT champion, Big E Langston, is still a part of NXT in the new season. Obviously, as long as he's the champion, I imagine he'll continue to appear here on NXT. But I don't know if that necessarily means he can't be drafted up with the championship. I don't know.
And once more, momentum changes course.
But among the other 10 remaining here on NXT, I mean, who knows? Who knows? There are potentially still more to go after all, so this roster might get a little smaller in time. It's hard to say. It's very hard to say. But don't worry, everybody, because Sergeant Slaughter hasn't gone. Still got old Sarge.
And the neckbreaker connects.
Very quick kick out there. And these two really competing like they've got something to prove here. I don't know if maybe someone was interfering there. It looked like it cut towards the ramp for a second. But only for like a split second. Maybe Brie was supposed to run out and she forgot her cue. I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what, you do not want to miss this Friday SmackDown. Absolutely stacked show coming this Friday. R-Truth challenging for the Hardcore Championship to kick things off. John Cena, the World Heavyweight Champion, facing off against Robert Scorpio after Scorpio holds a victory over Cena. Scorpio wants to see if he can beat him again now that he's World Heavyweight Champion. Mark Henry facing off against Wade Barrett. The King of the Ring, Edge, who we now know will be facing off against John Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship. At WrestleMania, will face last year's World Heavyweight Champion going into WrestleMania. Oh, there's Brie. Triple H. And in the main event, the Coalition, they made this issue themselves when they targeted the Brothers of Destruction in the King of the Ring tournament. And now, this Friday, they're going to have to go through the Brothers of Destruction if they want to keep those tag team titles on the road to WrestleMania. And here we see a submission hold by Kaitlyn and Brie Bella very successfully distracting the referee. Nikki Bella, I don't believe, actually submitted there, to be fair. Big kick by Kaitlyn. And I was surprised to see that Nikki Bella actually came out here herself. I cannot stop burping. I apologize. Because I've been drinking a Coke Vanilla. A refreshing Coke Vanilla. Drink Coke Vanilla. This is not a sponsorship, but it's damn good. Here in the UK, Coke Vanilla is really hard to find. I don't know if it's the same in other countries, but regular Coke Vanilla is super hard to find. This is an import, actually. I don't know what country this is from, but it's not English. Oh, just a 2. Yeah, we get Coke Zero Vanilla very easily, but regular Coke Vanilla, I never see this shit. And it's a good drink. Not the best, but it's good. I don't think calling up my friends and telling them about Kaitlyn versus Nikki Bella in NXT is gonna really shake up anyone's world. Big slap across the face of Kaitlyn. And now an ankle lock. Kaitlyn crawling towards the ropes, but no. I'll tell you, one of the saddest stories over the last year has definitely been the shortcomings of AJ Lee. I really thought that the second NXT Women's title, I think it was her first NXT Women's title, sorry. Her NXT Women's title reign was going to be the game changer that she finally needed, but unfortunately it came up short. As tends to be the case with AJ Lee's track record, and that is so disappointing. I really don't like that always happens, but well, AJ Lee will still be here in Season 5, and maybe things will finally turn around for her then. She's got a long way to go before she gets another women's title opportunity, though. Whereas I imagine for whoever wins this one, they may be very much hot-shotted right to the top. Cover attempt? No! I really thought that was about to be it. And a submission applied.
Man, does that look painful? This is serious gut check time. And there's the release. What's going to happen now? I'm scared to ask. Where did she get it from? How is she still going?
Into the ropes, and nope. Doesn't manage to come in with much there, and
I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next.
Nikki and Kaitlyn really giving it everything they've got here. I feel like the women of NXT really feel like they've got a chip on their shoulder and something to prove, especially with not being average, featured weekly on NXT. It feels like whenever they get the stage, they take it, and Kaitlyn takes a win. Blink, okay. She's just staring blankly.
Here is your winner, Kaitlyn.
Well, Kaitlyn picks up a much-needed win here tonight. Maybe the NXT Women's Championship is on the horizon for Kaitlyn. Congratulations to her on this victory here tonight. A much-needed big win for Kaitlyn as we move on to our main event here tonight. The NXT Tag Team Champions, King Kong Bundy and Ted DiBiase, well, they've been toying with Rey Mysterio for quite some time, and they're hoping to continue that up next.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing 196 pounds, Sin Cara.
Well, some would say this guy really doesn't deserve to be near a championship, and truth be told, I kind of have to agree. But his partner Rey Mysterio has been very successful as of late. He's been picking up some big wins, and even though he came up short against Big E Langston, I don't think that's any detriment to Rey Mysterio's recent run of success, because Big E Langston is untouchable. He's on a whole other level to just about everyone on NXT, and I'd say probably a bunch of people on Raw and SmackDown too. I think it's safe to say Big E is headed into the next season still NXT Champion. There is no one I can see taking that title from him. Well, Rey Mysterio, who bested JBL not once but twice in recent weeks, now looks to put the money where the mouth is of Ted DiBiase. And Ted DiBiase, of course, humiliated Rey Mysterio several weeks back when he not only beat him in singles competition, but he shoved that dollar bill down the mouth of Rey Mysterio. And Mysterio has not forgotten about that, and he has been dying to get back in the ring with Ted DiBiase. He says a shortcoming in trying to become an NXT champion is not going to set him back. He is still focused on being a champion.
Representing the $1 Million Corporation at a total combined weight of 704 pounds, the NXT Tag Team Champions, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and King Kong Bundy.
Well, this is definitely a pairing I did not foresee winning the NXT Tag Team Championships when they did. I thought like the Snake Pit were for sure going to dominate. But they ended up coming up short, and now unfortunately they are out of here. I believe Wolf Kessler is still in NXT. I don't know when we'll next see him or what his future holds. And it's amazing how big those belt extenders, oh my god, can get for King Kong Bundy to be wearing the NXT Tag Team Championship. I think without a doubt, King Kong Bundy, you know, we've got some very big built superstars. Yeah, we've got, we've had people like Vader in the past, and we've got, the Big Show, Andre the Giant, but I feel like King Kong Bundy might be the most largest physically of them. I don't know how to explain it. Like, he is the broadest superstar I think I've ever seen. He is so wide. He is like a walking brick wall. Sin Cara trying to come in hot with some fast-paced offense against the much, much slower King Kong Bundy. A smart way to try and take down such a big man.
And now he's back out on the apron.
I come from money. Wrong Ted DiBiase. Big right hand to the face of Randy Orton. Rey Mysterio. Sorry, that was a Freudian slip there because I was thinking about Randy Orton's vicious attack on Cody this Monday on Raw again. That was awful. I tell you, I feel like the WrestleMania match between Cody and Randy for that U.S. Championship, should it happen, that is a main event worthy match. I mean, back in what, 2010, I think it was, a SummerSlam. It was headlined by Triple Threat amongst the Split Up Legacy. And it was neither Cody or Randy that won the United States Championship in that one. Cody walked in as the champion, and It was actually Ted that walked out in the winner. So I guess this will be a what could have been when it comes down to those two. I don't know why my voice is really dying today. I'm struggling to do this. You can expect the fast-paced offense of Rey Mysterio to be exactly the right counter product to King Kong Bundy's size and speed. But I think for Rey, this is all going to be about hitting that 619 on Ted DiBiase that feels so sweet. Rey Mysterio had $1 shoved in his mouth by Ted DiBiase. But Ted DiBiase could have a boot shoved in his. Ted, what are you... Ted, what in the hell are you doing? I don't really understand this. Ted evidently did not want to deal with getting tagged in. What a foolish mistake that is. Ted DiBiase laying out King Kong Bundy. And now Bundy is going to fight this one 2-on-1. What the hell is this? They just won the tag team titles.
And the ref sees the tag. So far,
well, I guess DiBiase didn't really feel like Bundy was worth the investment. Maybe. I don't know. Bundy is going in there alone now. It's almost like they shouldn't have beat the Snake Pit for the tag titles. Well, I don't really know what to say about the NXT Tag Team titles right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure this means Sin Cara and Rey are the only tag team on NXT right now. Rey Mysterio catching Bundy on the ropes and a big chop backhand there by Sin Cara.
Watch it, watch it.
Great move by Sin Cara. I tell you, if Rey and Sin Cara can't win this one, I don't know what to say. Sorry, I don't mean to keep clearing my throat. It's just really worn out. I don't know why. It's so... My voice feels so fried. I only recorded Raw and NXT. I mean, listen, I haven't recorded a Universe episode in like 2 weeks. But still, like... My voice doesn't normally die this hard. It's really strange. And there we see this move by Sin Cara. I've never really understood the arm-based offense finishes of Sin Cara. I don't really feel like they help him very much in this situation. Bundy is really giving it his all here. In spite of the fact that Ted DiBiase turned his back on King Kong Bundy here tonight. And I feel like Sin Cara has been in that ring a little too long. It is still possible for Rey and Sin Cara to lose. And Sin Cara, if there's anything with his track record, he'll make sure that happens. Into the corner and nope. Reversal there by Bundy. Oh, what an elbow. Almost in slow motion. The way he fell down on Sin Cara. Bundy into the cover. And Sin Cara was able to kick out there. That wasn't Rey. I mean, does DiBiase still get to claim the credit of winning if Bundy manages to overcome these two? And when is Rey going to get tagged in? An unusual main event here on NXT. I don't feel like I've ever seen something as foolish as a tag team championship wielding partner turn their back on their tag team championship partner. I've never seen that before. DiBiase is a whole other level of stupid for that one. Like, sure, if they were losing, but Bundy was just going for a tag. No. 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 Rey, no. You had such a good thing going, man. We were finally seeing the 619. No. Oh, no. Oh. Cover attempt and... Oh, Sin Cara breaks it up. I don't know if that would have been 3. Oh, 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 no. And he's so dumb. The AI is so stupid. He's going to keep going for a pin. No. Oh, this is hell. I mentioned on Raw, I was like, I bet you 2K14 is going to make the next 5 weeks worth of universe just as ass as possible. And it is doing it so far. Raw, we got double botched main event recordings. And then NXT, we're getting Rey Mysterio, who can't do the 619 anymore. Yes! Yes! There it is! 619 into the crossbody on King Kong Bundy. And Rey Mysterio picks up the win. Well, I have no idea what this means for the future of the tag team titles, because naturally, this would... All 15 episodes leading up to WrestleMania are just going to have the dumbest shit happen, aren't they? This game fucking sucks. I'll see you on SmackDown.